aka Bullets, YouTube channel.
Hurry up, now tell us why you're here.
Chuck Armstrong will start at pole position with Ryan Newcar, the Rocket, to his outside. Row 2 has Lightning McQueen, the rookie sensation that's won 8 races this season, and Greg Beeple. Row 3 has the 1992 champion, Hollingus, and the champion 10 years later, Tony Gasworth. Row 4 has the 7-time champion, the King, and Chuck Hicks, who everyone hates. Row 5 has Todd Marcus, who got his very first win earlier this year, and Kevin Shiftwright. Row 6 has Kurt Busch-Tire and Casey Corner, who has not won a race before. In the next row, Row 7 has Kurt's teammates Carl Edwards and Mark Carton, both looking for their next win. Row 8 has Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Maury Clutchburn, the 1989 champion. Row 9 has Rusty Wheelhouse, who's retiring this season, and Kyle Busch-Tire, who is a rookie this season. Row 10 has Ernie Gearson, who almost won the 1984 Piston Cup, and Billy Oilchanger. Row 11 has 2 cars that won multiple Florida 500s, Jeff Gorvette and Dale Carrett. Row 12 has Bill Racelot, who will be making his final start of this season, and Jeff Burnton. Row 13 is Matt Karseth, who usually starts badly, and Elliot Draftler to his outside. Row 14 is Michael Cartrip and Ruby Easy Oaks, who qualifies once more. Row 15 is Darren Ledfoot, who won at the LA 500, and Eugene Kobriski. Row 16 is Missy Motocross, Claude Scruggs won't be complaining, and James Cleanair to her outside. Row 17 is Ken Schrader, hoping not to be wrecked by Eugene Kobriski, and Sage Vanderspin. Row 18 is Kevin Carvick starting all the way in the back, and Winford Bradford Rutherford hoping to get his second win. Row 19 has Floyd Movelhill and Lee Revkins, who's doing better than usual this season. Row 20 has Johnny Blamer, hoping not to get wrecked, and Rusty Cornfuel. Row 21 has Krusty Rotor, starting all the way in 41st, and Slider Petrolski, and starting in 43rd is Mark Burnsley. And these 7 cars, among many others, failed to qualify for this race. Now onto the race itself. Chuck Armstrong would lead for the first 42 laps before he'd lose the lead to Lightning McQueen. Lightning McQueen would lead 2 laps off of pit cycles, but then Chuck Armstrong would retake the lead, leading all the way until lap 59, where Kevin Shiftwright would take the lead from him. He'd lead until lap 70, where Chuck Armstrong would retake the lead, leading for 27 laps, but the Mean Green car has to be 11th as of lap 72, where he wrecks Krusty Rotor, Johnny Blamer, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Why? Darren Ledfoot would take the lead on lap 97, leading for 3 laps before Ken Schrader would take the lead from him. He'd lead until lap 105, where Eugene Kobriski is second as of that lap, where he wrecks Ken Schrader. Well, of course he does, but he's out for the season. The Mean Green car X would take the lead for 9 laps before Kurt Busch-Tire would take the lead from him. He'd lead until lap 129, where Chuck Hicks is 5th as of that lap, where he wrecks Carl Edwards, Mark Carton, Rusty Wheelhouse, Dale Carrett, Michael Cartrip, Casey Corner, Jeff Burnton, and Elliot Draftler. We're all out for the season! Now live to miss the final 2 races of the season. Why isn't the Mean Green car suspended? Luckily, the King would take the lead after the restart, leading to lap 131, where Kurt Busch-Tire would retake the lead. He'd lead all the way until lap 180, where Lightning McQueen would take the lead from him. He'd lead for 6 laps before Floyd Movelhill would take the lead from him. He'd lead for 3 laps, but he would flip himself on lap 189. How? And now he's out. Hollingus would take the lead after the restart, leading until lap 197, where the King would take the lead from him. He'd lead for 2 laps before Greg Beeple, who leads too many laps, will lead some more laps, but on lap 206, Chuck Hicks is 10th, where he wrecks himself, but he's not out. Why? And his rival Kyle Busch-Tire, who's now out for the season. The Mean Green car would somehow not be suspended and gets to pit road, where he goes off of the track on lap 207 and brings on his student from the Chick Hicks Racing Academy. He comes on lap 207, and we don't know his name. Chuck Armstrong would take the lead after the restart, leading for 2 laps before Todd Marcus would make a clean pass for the lead, leading until lap 215, where Lightning McQueen would take the lead from him. He'd lead until lap 247, where he'd need to pit, and Winford Bradford Rutherford would take the lead from him. He'd lead until lap 250, where Lightning McQueen retakes the lead after his pit stop is finished, leading until lap 298, where Hall Angus would take the lead from him. He'd lead for 9 laps before the King would take the lead from him. He'd lead all the way until lap 339, where Lightning McQueen would retake the lead. He'd lead until lap 342, where the King retakes the lead. He'd lead all the way until the checkered flag, which he takes, but oh no! He loses a lug nut! But he still crosses the finish line in first, which makes him the winner of the 2005 Washington 350. But the King will be docked 9 points for his missing lug nut. Rusty Wheelhouse has something to say, wishing the King and Lightning McQueen luck in their pursuit of the Piston Cup. Kurt Busch will be suspended for the rest of the season, and here's his reaction to that. The reason is because he cheated during the race. And also, don't say that word! And here's the top 10 of the race, with Kurt Busch keeping his 4th place finish. And Chick Hicks' Racing Academy student got Chick Hicks a finish of 3rd. Why? And Darren Ledfoot gets another top 10. The King was allowed to keep his win, and this is his 203rd win! How does any car win that many times? And here is the top 20 in points, with a lot of the cars in the top 20 right now being out for the season.
Remember to press the notifications button, which goes ring, ring, ring after you press it. And lightning strikes back, and that's as if you subscribed, of course. And thank you for watching this entire video.
Since when did the mean green car Chick Hicks have a racing academy? And was that car even allowed to race? And also, if the King was not docked 9 points for his missing lug nut, which wasn't even his fault, he would have the points lead. And the 35th race of 2005 will be coming out soon enough.